Welcome you back to USC hockey hosting Washington. All scoreless at the first intermission, but just about set to start the second period. Trojans led in shots 5-4 in the first period, but went 0 for 2 on the power play. Washington 0 for 1. So both teams trying to break the ice as we begin period number 2 here at the old practice facility of the Anaheim Ducks here in Orange County. So put 20 minutes on the second period clock. Trojans in their red uniforms, head to toe. Washington in black with purple accents. As we begin the second period here in Anaheim. Maloney and Vargas will take the face-off at center ice as we begin period number 2. Put 20 minutes on the clock. Puck is dropped. USC wins the face-off. They send it back toward the Washington zone, and then they send it all the way back toward USC. It'll be icing with 19:51 remaining in the second period of play. Still no score. USC and Washington. The Huskies and the Trojans, a rivalry that has extended decades. As the face-off will come in USC's offensive zone, left circle. 19:51 remaining in the second period. Vargas and Maloney to take the face-off. It's won in by the Huskies. Peter Konopka takes it in the left corner, and he surveys his options, sends it back towards center. He's gonna not ice the puck as it's sent back toward Heath Chansey, who just sends it behind him. Might have been a mistake centering pass toward Lampman, but he can't get it in the slot. Here comes USC the other way. Vargas through center. He closes in on the right circle, and his shot blocked by Nash out in front. Still loose in the right corner. USC jams it into the right slot. And then blocked out in front again. Kicks into the left corner. Wolf picks it up for the Huskies. Trying to lead their breakout. He takes it past his own zone through center. Here comes Wolf through the center ice into the right circle of his offensive zone. It's poked away by Vargas. Here comes USC. 2-on-1. Vargas, and the shot saved by Nash. USC thinks there's a goal. There's a fight instead right in front of the crease. As a couple of the Trojans were celebrating, thinking they scored, but that was not the case. The referee immediately blowing the play dead as Nash had covered the puck. 18:57 remaining in the second period of play. No score between USC and Washington. Trojans still lead in shots 6-4. Face-off coming in Washington's offensive zone with 18:57 remaining in the second period of play. Still no score. Simon will go in the face-off circle for USC and duel it out with Ferguson of the Huskies. Washington in black, USC in red. Trojans win the face-off. It's sent back toward the right point, shot toward the net from Kochorek. And the puck is loose and all the way back towards center. Britt takes it for the Huskies in his near half-wall offensive zone. Puck trickles behind the goal line. Britt there to take it for Washington, but it's loose and then recovered by USC. Here come the Trojans. Battalion across through center as it's sent all the way back toward USC's end by Wolf. Behind the net, Trojans have it as Mike Polsky controls. Here comes the Trojans again through center. Shot saved out in front. Nash getting a piece of that one. It's loose. Behind the net, Cosgrave. Both teams will play tomorrow as well. Earlier start time. 18:08 remaining second period. Here comes Washington. Irwin through center. He takes it to the right point for Britt. Sends it back to Irwin. Down low toward Sloan. Shot twice. Couldn't get it to go. Puck still loose. Britt picks it up behind the goal. Down to the left circle. Feeds the high slot. Down to the right point for Morris. His shot just wide right. Picked up by Siegel and the Trojans. It's sent all the way back towards center. Icing is waved off. Trojans make a change. Here comes Washington. Morris through center. Deeks a defender. Back towards Sloan. His shot no good. Rebound just wide right by Eon. Britt controls at the right point for Patterson. kicks it down low for Eon. 17:20 remaining second period. Trojans have it in their own end. Finally trying to lead a breakout as Quezada controls in his own end. He clears the puck towards center. Picked up by the Huskies. Yang has it on the right wing. USC takes over with the puck. Here comes Zach Quezada through center. He has it at the right half wall. Attempts a shot blocked by Britt, and it's recovered by Britt in the right corner. Tries to clear the zone. Phillips picks it up instead and pokes it all the way back toward the goaltender Nash, who just floats it behind him to David Patterson, the Anaheim native. Eon controls through center for the Huskies, but it's sent all the way back down and picked up by USC's Chris Sight. Trojans control the puck. 16:30 left in the second period, no score. And icing going to be called on USC as Benny Rutzik sent the puck a little too far out of his reach. 16:30 remaining second period, no score. USC and Washington. Puck drop coming in the offensive zone for Washington. Chris Lolo will take it for the Huskies. He wins the draw. Over to Endries down low into the right corner. He has two defenders on him. He has it absolutely shredded from him and now kicks it over to the left point. Shot it out in front for Chansey. He blocks it but can't pick it up cleanly. Here come the Trojans, right to left. Quezada feeds it through the zone. Picked up by Phillips and he got a little too antsy offside. Face-off coming right side of the blue line on the offensive side for USC. 16:05 remaining in the second period. Uchi to take the draw for the Trojans. He's all tied up. They win it. Here comes Uchi across the blue line into the zone. Puck sent all the way back down behind the Golden Ash. And Kachorik takes it for the Huskies at the left circle. He sends it all the way back to his own man, Lampman, who's hounded by USC into the right circle by Zach Quezada. Puck is loose by Phillips. He takes it behind the net. Endries controls but loses it in his own zone. As Consolo controls the puck, sends it all the way back toward Kili Taluk. 15:26 remaining in the second period of play. Still no score between two Pac-8 rivals. Konopka with the shot blocked out in front. Here comes USC, 2-on-2. Biabani through the zone, sends a puck toward Nash, the goaltender. He gets the glove on it for a freeze. 15:13 left in the second, still no score. Both teams making some line changes. We thank you if you're just joining us. 15:13 remaining second period. Face-off zone. Offensive zone face-off coming for USC. Shot from Vargas wide left. And it's recovered by USC. Back into the far corner. Picked up by the Huskies. Here they come the other way. Lampman through center. He's hit hard by Polsky. And the puck all the way back down behind USC's goal. They lead an own breakout. Here comes Vargas through the left wing. Feeds center for Ash Duke. And offside once again. The second offside call in the last couple sequences for USC. 14:45 remaining in the second period. No score. Face-off coming right next to the blue line for USC on the right side. It'll be Vargas and Maloney take the face-off. It's one in by the Huskies. They control in their own zone. Still no score between two bitter Pac-8 rivals. Huskies control through center. It's all the way up toward Wolf at the left point. He has it poked away. Recovers in the slot. Now it's behind the net. He's hounded by USC's Kachorik. Puck one in by Cole. He sends it back out toward the left point, but Morris picks it up for Washington. Sends it down low left corner for Maloney. He's hounded in his airspace by Marquez, and the Trojans pick up the puck. They move the other way. Zach Wessler takes it for the Trojans. 3-on-2. Odd man rush into the zone. Closing in on the right half wall, and a good defensive stick from Maloney to send it back toward center. Here's a breakaway opportunity for the Huskies. Shot, and it's saved off the post after the redirect by Chansey. It was Britt. Back to Maloney. Gets through the slot. Puts it in. And it's 1-0. Logan Maloney breaks the silence in Anaheim with 13:50 remaining in the second period. It was a breakaway to no avail that led to an opportunity for Logan to find chances open side and make it 1-0. 1-0 Huskies, 13:50 remaining in the second period. Face-off coming center circle. Vargas wins it by USC, but it's taken away from him in Washington's own zone by Britt. Sent all the way back down toward USC's netminder Chansey, and they wave an icing that Washington's Cameron Irwin adamantly disagrees with. He thought they got a stick on the puck before it trickled back. So it'll be 13:41 remaining in the second period. 1-0 Huskies. Offensive zone faceoff coming for USC. Vargas will take it against Patterson, the Anaheim native for Washington. Huskies win the draw. They take it up the right wing through center. Trying to send it back, but it's taken by USC at the center circle. Here comes Imanura. Centering pass. Skates wide toward the left. Here comes USC. It's taken away again by Irwin. Back toward the Huskies once again. Patterson for Irwin at the center point. Phillips trying to win the puck, and Irwin once again the first one to skate to it. Kicks it to Britt at center ice on the right side. All the way back toward Wynn. And the Trojans control with 13 minutes remaining in the second period. Up ahead toward Badalian. Has it at the right half wall. It's poked away by Patterson. Into the right corner. Puck still loose, and the Washington Huskies recover. Up again toward Irwin. He skates through center. Closing in at the right circle. Has one man to beat. Tala with a good defensive stick for USC. Pokes it loose. Trojans take control. Tala through center. Finds an open man. Here comes Wong. Just the goalie to beat. Shot saved by Nash, but a penalty coming up. With 12:35 remaining second period. So USC will likely be on the man advantage here. Looks like the referee's trying to decide what the call is.
Hey, it's okay, nephew. You're good.
They're actually going to give a penalty shot to USC. Luke Wong took the initial shot, but they called roughing in his act of shooting. Luke Wong to take the penalty shot for USC. 12:35 remaining in the second period in a 1-0 game. Here comes Wong. Past the blue line. Toward the slot. In on Nash. Backhand. Saved by Nash. Jonah Nash. Too easy. Keeps it 1-0 on USC's best chance to score all game. 12:35 remaining in the second period. Washington keeps their 1-0 lead, but reinstates their momentum early in this one. Face-off coming, offensive zone for USC. Luke Wong takes it to a Tala, center point, to his left side for Marquez. It's taken away by Washington. Here they come, and an errant pass that could have been a breakaway for Eon. Skates all the way back toward Tala behind the net. Quezada controls right circle for the USC Trojans. Puck floated toward the zone, and that time Taylor Sloan tried to dish it out, but it kicks into the right corner. Yank shot just left of Heath Chansey. Washington still with the puck. Sloan controls, taken away by USC. Backhands it behind the net. Tala picks it up for USC right corner. Sends it ahead with under 12 to play in the second period. 1-0 Huskies. Tala bats at it with his stick. Trojans can't get it out of their own zone. They finally do. Here comes USC up the left wing. It's Brian Rutzik. Rutzik through the low slot. Can't get it to go. And shot saved by Nash off the pass. Luke Wong. Shot. Score! Luke Wong redeems himself after the missed penalty shot. Ties up the game at 1 with 11:29 remaining in the second period. How about Luke Wong? Not a veteran on this team by any means, but he beats the glove hand side of Jonah Nash, the netminder. 1-1 game. Our score, 11:29 remaining in the second period. Face-off coming center ice, won by Vargas and USC. They come the other way. Up the left wing for Wessler, who controls at the left circle. Skates it all the way down to the left corner before it's poked away from his reach by Darren Morris. Huskies control on front, and it's taken away by Phillips and USC, who got a little too antsy and committed, tripping. It looks like the referee's disagreeing, so no penalty, they say. It'll be a face-off instead. 11:16 remaining in the second period. Face-off coming for USC in a 1-1 game in their offensive zone. One in by Vargas, kicks it to the right point. Now to center for Leung. Down to the left corner for Phillips. Picked up by Tala, left point, and it skates over the line. And the Trojans will have to regroup. They're onside. Phillips on the right point, skates down to the right circle, into the right corner for Chun. Behind the net. Phillips controls right corner, has it poked away from him by Darren Morris. Sent all the way back down on USC's side as Endries tries to win the puck over in the offensive zone for the Huskies, but the Trojans control in their D zone. Here comes Philp through Zenner, now into the zone for USC, the left point. Consolo controls center, now back into the right circle. Feeds middle, and tried to get it to Smith, but to no avail. 10:25 remaining in the second period, 1-1 game. Sent all the way ahead, this time for Vargas. It's onside, he tries a shot, poked away by Nash. Another golden opportunity for USC. Play still alive in the offensive zone by Sight. Center point for Phillips, who sends a shot, and a big hit by Phillips, but a whistle. So Owen Phillips will get a 2-minute minor for roughing. Laid the hard hit on Cosgrave. 10:03 remaining in the second period. 1-1 our score. Power play coming up for Washington as they win the draw in the left circle in the offensive zone. Wolf has it left point. Skates it to the center point. And the left man in the circle. Loses the puck with Talat in his face. Now regroups at the right half point. Feeds center for Eon. He has it, the slot. Puck loose in front of Chansey. And he finally gets his pads on it. It's cleared to center, and USC will regroup. Then all the way back down toward Wolf in the left corner. 1:34 remaining on a man advantage for the Huskies. 9:35 remaining in the second period in a 1-1 game. Through center from Lampman. He controls now into the zone. Closing in into the right circle to Wolf right point. Now back to Lampman in the right circle. In on Chansey. Makes one defender miss. Tries a shot just wide right. It's still in the O zone for the Huskies. As Maloney controls center point. Out to the left point for Yang. Back to Maloney. Center point Wolf. Lampman, top of the right circle. Shot, saved by Chansey. Loose puck out in front. Maloney sends it back toward the goal line, and it's still loose. Under a minute remaining on the man advantage. Back to Lampman at the right point. Under 9 to play in the second period, and they'll have to skate back. Back pass toward Wolf that trickles over the blue line. Maloney into the zone, into the slot, down to the left circle. Shot a little high from Dominic Wolf. It's all the way back down to Washington's own side. Half a minute remaining on the man advantage. Konopka through center. It's an onside play, and rather not, as the puck delayed, stuck on somebody's skate for a moment. Looked like Kazana of USC forces the offside. .25 remaining in the second period. 1-1 our score. USC and Washington. Face-off coming right next to the attacking blue line for Washington after the offside. They're on the man advantage for 22 more seconds in a 1-1 game. No teams with goals in this period. Face-offs won by Konopka and Washington. He controls at center. He takes it across the halfway line and gives it to Morris, and he has it poked away by Vargas and USC. Puck recovered by the Huskies. Here comes Ferguson through center. Now he clears the zone down to his left corner. That will expire the penalty with Vargas controlling the puck for USC. Still in the offensive zone for Washington. Konopka has it to the left circle. It's poked away toward Phillips. Here comes USC. They have a 2-on-1. It's Phillips and Vargas. He skates to the right circle. Feeds middle for Vargas toward the slot, but he won't be able to control it cleanly, and they waste the 2-on-1. Behind the net, into the left corner. And here comes USC. 7:36 remaining in the second period. 1-1 game as Kazana controls for USC. Tala up ahead for Patterson. Here comes USC into the right circle. Kazana feeds Tala toward the net, wide left. Another golden opportunity for USC. A clear shot on net. Took all the way back down for an icing with 7:07 remaining second period. 1-1 our score. .07 remaining, second period, 1-1 our score. Face-off coming in the offensive zone for USC. It'll be Vargas and Ferguson to take it. As it's one in by the Huskies behind their own net. Heiser controls, kicks to the left half wall. Here comes Washington through center. It's Sloan. It's into the zone, into the right circle, spins back around, turns, flips the puck down low for Patterson, who loses it, and it's finally picked up again by Irwin. USC controls. Tala, the one to receive it, but they can't clear the zone. Patterson loses the puck, and it clears towards center. Wessler for USC, into the zone, shot toward the net, and it's blocked down front by Nash. Washington will ice the puck with 6:31 remaining second period. 1-1 our score. Offensive zone face-off coming for USC. 6:31 remaining in the second period. One in by the Huskies. Heiser controls it behind his own net. He flips it toward the blue line, but it stays in for USC. Three Trojans battling the puck. Kazana takes it high slot, and it's finally cleared back towards center as Kazana just clears it all the way back down toward Nash, the netminder. Washington tries to break it out of their own zone as it's sent all the way back down with 6 minutes remaining in the second period. 1-1 score. Kazana for USC through center ice. He's hit hard by Maloney. Maloney, right point. Shot toward Chansey, blocked out in front. Saved by the netminder. Eon controls and Kazana chases. USC wins the puck back. Here comes USC, under 6 to play. Second period, 1-1 score. Up ahead for Leon. He controls it behind his own net. In a 1-1 game. Washington breaks it out. Here they come. It's Wolf. Left circle. Poked away. Shot. Score! Ben Lampman breaks the tie. It's 2-1. Off a pass from Wolf with 5:24. Two-1 our score, 5:24 remaining in the second period. Face-off coming at center ice, one in by USC. As Talon takes it for the Trojans, he sends it all the way back down toward Nash, the netminder, who gloves it, and then pushes it ahead toward Morris to break out the play. Here comes Washington in center. Wolf feeds middle toward Heiser. He has it at the slot. Feeds right side Morris. Shot in the right circle. Saved by Chansey. And a little bit of a scrum in the right corner between Lampman, Vargas, and a few others. 5:07 remaining in a 2-1 game in favor of Washington here in the second period. 5:07 remaining in the second period. 2-1 in favor of Washington over USC. After the goal from Lampman, it'll be a face-off coming in the offensive zone for the Huskies. Maloney and Vargas will take the draw with 5:07 remaining second period. USC wins the face-off in their own zone. They break out the play through center. It's Vargas who takes it across center ice. He takes it to the right point, into the zone, closing in on the second circle. Now backcourt to the right point. Down low. Right point. It's an onside play. Puck nearly went over the blue line. Lampman sends it back towards center. Kachorek all the way back down toward Nash. It goes behind the net with 4:30 remaining in the second period. 2-1 game in favor of the Huskies. Here comes Maloney. Feeds ahead for Lampman. It's a 2-on-1. Lampman right side. Feeds for Wolf, but they can't get a shot off. Puck still in the offensive zone. 4:20 remaining. A late change for Washington. They keep the puck in, and they wanted a tripping as Kachorek hit the deck to no avail. Here's Vargas for USC. Into the slot, loses the puck. Lampman controls for Washington. He clears to center. Here comes Consolo. Offside, pretty clear. .401 remaining in the second period. 2-1 in favor of Washington, the road team beating USC. Face-off coming at the right side of the blue line. On the attacking end for Washington, one in by USC. Kevin Wynn wins the face-off. He takes it ahead, dumps and chases toward the net of Washington. And it's floated all the way back down to the left point. Can't keep it in as Sipe couldn't recover the puck. Here comes Washington. Breakout play sent toward Consolo, and they ice the puck once again. Icing in the name of the game so far in this one. A lot of dead plays on missed opportunities. Face-off coming in the offensive zone, right circle for USC. 3:40 remaining second period, 2-1 in favor of Washington. Vargas and Consolo take the face-off. It's one in by the Huskies. They break it towards center. Consolo across center ice as Uchi wins the puck away from him, sends it all the way back down toward Conchar. And it's sent all the way back down from him. It deflected off a player behind the net, so no icing. Left point for Consolo, broken up. Now take it all the way back towards center. Here comes USC. And saved by Nash. Shot from Alex Badalian. Blocked out in front. .310 remaining second period. Washington with the lead 2-1. Irwin takes the puck for Washington up the left wing. Clears to the second circle and is shot over the net. Out of play with 3 minutes left in the second period. Face-off coming in the far circle in Washington's offensive end. 3 minutes remaining in the second period. A 2-1 game in favor of the Huskies. It'll be Vargas and Nash to take the face-off for Washington. It's one in by the Huskies. To Ferguson at the left half wall. Feeds down low for Lampman. Shot at a tough angle, wide right. And it's cleared back towards center. Heiser picks it up toward Britt. And USC picks off the puck at center ice. A dump and chase as they send it all the way back down toward Heiser behind the goal. Irwin picks it up left corner. Washington breaks it out. Here they come. Through the neutral zone. Sent over the net of Chansey as Lampman couldn't get it to go. Hard hit from Britt along the half wall. Here comes USC. It's Luke Wong. He already scored today as the puck freed from his reach. Irwin calling for the puck. He's going to get it at the right point. Back to the net. At the top of the right circle. Into the circle. Shot toward Chansey's glove. Blocked out in front. And a whistle. It's going to be a power play coming up for USC. a slash called on Drew Heiser on the Huskies. So for all but 2 seconds of the second period, USC will be on the man advantage to close this one out, to try to tie up this game at 2. .202 remaining in the second period. USC set to go on the power play. .202 remaining in the second period. USC set to begin a power play. They take the face off in their own zone. One in by Tala. Set down behind the left circle, down low into the left corner. Penalty. USC's third power play opportunity of the game. Onto the left point toward Uchi. Shot toward the net. Saved by Nash with the glove. Nash has been good so far today, allowing the 1 goal, but also blocking a penalty shot. And kept this one level for the time being before Washington ended up taking a 2-1 lead. Face-off coming again. One in by the Huskies. They try to clear the zone to no avail. At the right point for Wessler. Sends it all the way down low. Picked up by Lampman. Tries to clear the zone and does. It's sent all the way back down into USC's own zone. Now back towards center. Lampman with the defense. Maloney picks it away. Pokes it all the way back down towards Chansey. 1:25 remaining second period. 2-1 in favor of the Huskies. Trojans trying to respond here late in the second. They're on the man advantage for another minute 14. Maloney with the defense. He pokes it back towards center. Trojans have to regroup once again. Luke Wong. Trolls through center. He loses the puck. Good defensive stick by Maloney. Here he comes through center. Clearing, and he shot it over the head of Chansey. And a whistle, a high stick to USC. We'll have a little bit of 4-on-4. Face-off coming in Washington's offensive zone. They lead 2-1. We'll have 50 seconds of a 4-on-4 for Washington man advantage. Lampman will take the face-off with Vargas. It's one in by USC. Here they come the other way. Phillips up the right wing. Sends it towards center. Vargas has it kicked out of his reach by Piedmont. And Lampman finally picks it up for the Huskies. Puck just sitting at center ice. It's finally sent all the way back down toward USC side. 30 seconds and ticking down. Konopka sends it to his left side. Lampman at the left circle. Shot toward Chansey, rather behind the net. Centered into the slot for Lampman. He can't find it, but he picks it up. And a shot from Wolf, side of the net, blocked out in front. 15 seconds left, second period. Lampman tries to save it. And sent all the way back down toward Konopka. Into the right corner for Lampman. Back toward Wolf. Konopka sends it far, a little bit too wide. And that'll do it for the second period of play. 1:08 still remains on the Washington power play, but we'll step aside here on USC Trojan Hockey YouTube. 2-1 in favor of the Washington Huskies. Just about set for the third period. Washington will carry over a minute 4 of the man advantage. A slashing call on Owen Phillips to the third, and they lead 2-1. Been a great game for Jonah Nash, the netminder for the Huskies. They'll try to continue that play into the third period. Team switching sides. They take the ice for the final period of regulation. Could have overtime. USC would need to tie up the game and see from there. We begin the third in Anaheim. USC now 2-1 against the rival Huskies. Face-off coming to begin the third period. Washington still with a minute left on the power play. Maloney and Vargas will take it at center. Face-off won in by the Huskies. They kick it all the way back to their own zone. Wolf controls in his own circle as the Huskies control 2-1 lead. Wolf up the left wing. He sends it all the way back down toward the right corner. Eon picks it up in that very spot. He's hit hard by Drew Maloney. It's sent all the way back down toward the right point. Lampman down to the right corner. Back up top for Wolf, center point. He sends a shot, high glove save from Chansey. Puck still loose, sent all the way back down towards center as USC controls, and now it's poked away back for Washington with half a minute remaining on the man advantage. Lampman controls right in front of his own netminder to try to break out one more sequence on the power play. Sent all the way back down toward USC's end. Picked up by Vargas, and he lets it trickle back to Maloney of Washington. Here comes Vargas. He pokes the puck away. It has Wolf in his face to send it down. Dying seconds of this power play. Yang lets the puck trickle through, and an icing will be called on Washington. That'll effectively kill the power play. 2 seconds left on it. 18:58 remaining in the third period. That'll end the minor. So back to even strength. Here comes Washington through the zone. Shot toward Chansey, right in his chest. .49 remaining in the third period. Face-off won in by Washington. They control behind the net. Here comes USC. Flicked all the way back toward center. And a whistle. Looks like it touched out of bounds. Face-off coming in the offensive zone for Washington. They lead 2-1 over USC, 18:38 remaining in the third period. Puck cleared all the way back after a tie-up back toward Washington's end. Lampman picks it up for the Huskies behind his own net. And he's hit really hard by Kim. Puck trickles towards center as Ferguson locates, hands off Britt, and go back toward Kanopak and the Huskies behind their own goal. Here comes Washington. Puck sent through center. Goes all the way back down and iced. 2-1 game in favor of Washington. 18:09 remaining third period. Two minutes into the third. 2-1 in favor of the Huskies. Offensive zone faceoff coming for USC. Kazana will duke it out with Endries. Faceoff is hit back toward the behind the net area. Washington controls. And all the way back down toward Phillips. As once again the Huskies ice the puck, forcing USC to retreat back, but a face-off coming in the offensive zone for USC. Bucks in all the way back toward Britt. Irwin controls. Phillips pokes it free from him. He's hit hard by Britt. Here comes Kazana. Drops it off. Back toward center point. Phillips chases. Phillips hits Lampman hard. Hits the post on the left side as Britt sent a wrister toward there. Back to Heedman, left point. He sends it toward the net, just wide left. Phillips controls for USC. Puck still loose. Back toward Chansey. And a whistle. It's going to be a penalty to USC, it looks like. Rather not. Referee just allowing a line change. Had his hand up as if it was a penalty, but no. Face-off won by USC in the far circle. Yang takes it away in the left corner. Here comes Washington. Knochak's shot toward Chansey off the pads. Puck still alive in the offensive zone for Washington. Here comes USC. Kim all the way back down toward Nash. Skates it over to his teammate. And now back toward Brett. Breakout for Washington. Through center. Over to Yang. And he goes on a stickless defender. Yang center. Closing shot off the pads of Chansey. Play stays alive. Washington with it. Shot again off the skate of Heath that time. And a whistle. Two whistles. And some extracurriculars after that one. Face-off coming, far blue line right side. Washington leads 2-1, 16:30 remaining in the third. Face-off coming right circle, taken in by USC. Behind the net, Talon. He dumps it off toward his teammate Polsky. Sent all the way back down to the left point. Morris picks it up for Washington. Feeds center for Eon. Down left side into the left corner by Carter. Down low. Drew controls it. Feeds left point for Morris. Down low once again. Good defensive stick from Talon. He sends it ahead for Kazana at center. He trickles it into the zone with 16 minutes remaining in the third. 2-1 game. Talon picks it up for USC at center. Here comes Eon, closing in on the right circle. Now toward the net. Shot, save, rebound. Saved again. Puck floated up in the air as Ash Dew picks it up for USC. Here comes Washington in the zone once again. Eom controls left half wall. Beats for Hronek. Now down low behind the net. All the way back down as they wave off icing. USC controls. Finally an offensive zone shift. Tala at the left point. Shot deflected. Smith picks it up in the slot. USC recovers. Now to the right point for Phillips. Phelps control. Shot. Saved out in front. Rebound loose. Smith picks it up for Washington. He clears to center. All the way back down toward Tala and a whistle. going to be a slashing call on USC as Ahad Biabani will go to the penalty box for 2 minutes. Washington will be on the man advantage for the 4th time today. Maloney and USC's penalty killers. Vargas will want to take the face off, and a whistle will do it again. It'll be a face-off coming in just a moment. Referees consoling with the USC bench for the time being. Offensive zone face-off coming up for Washington. They'll have 2 minutes on the man advantage. Maloney wins the draw at the left point to Maloney. Now feed for center. Eom tries to poke it away. It'll go down to the left corner. Still in the O-zone for Washington. Up to the left point. Wolf controls. In on the left half wall. Hands it off Yang. Broken stick on the ice. Feeds for the right point. It'll trickle over the blue line. They'll have to reset. Wolf. Poked away by Kazana. Sent all the way back down to Maloney. To the right corner on Washington's own side. They lead 2-1 with 14:10 remaining in the 3rd and final period of regulation. Phelps controls. Sent ahead for Wolf. Yang. He takes it through center ice. Feeds right side. Down the near half wall and sent all the way back towards center. 13:40 remaining and 55 seconds remaining on the man advantage for the Huskies. Maloney through center. Picks it up the right wing. Down to the right circle. Closing in down low. Sent to the left point for Wolf. Into the circle. Swings and misses on the shot. Wolf controls at the left point. Poked away from him by Kachorak. Sent all the way back down to Eon. So he just dumps it in for a line change. All the way back down for Nash. 15 seconds left on the 2-minute minor. Kanoka sends it ahead towards center. Back to Brett. Ahead to Irwin, left wing. Out the left point. Dumps it off. Down behind the left circle. Back to the left point, Kanopka to center. Man advantage over. Back to even strength with 12:35 remaining in the 3rd period. Morris, shot right side, a little bit wide right. Clear back for Kanopka. 12 minutes remaining in the 3rd. 2-1 game in favor of Washington. Here comes USC. They trail 2-1. They'd love an opportunity here. Phillips into the zone. Shot loose in front of Nash. He blocks it out in front. Morris lays the heavy hit on Kazana. Here comes Britt through center. Skates around 2 defenders. Now enters the zone. Closes in on the right circle. Makes another miss. Shot toward Chansey. Blocked off the pad. And USC wanted a whistle with Tala getting tied up and knocked down, but nothing. 11:30 remaining in the 3rd. Here comes Washington through center. Nearly had a 2-on-1 chance, but blocked out in front. Sent all the way back down toward Nash. He blocks it. And a whistle. It's going to be a minor. Rather an injury, it looks like, maybe on USC player. going off the ice entirely, not even into the penalty box. We have 5-on-3, they say. 2 men in the box for Washington on sportsmanlike conduct. You don't see that one too often. So prime opportunity for USC. Five on three coming up for USC. They trail 2-1 with 11:14 remaining in the third period. Offensive zone faceoff coming up for USC. It's Vargas and Maloney. It's won by USC out to the left point by Phillips. He skates it over to the right point. Has it toward the blue line. Dishes it left side. A bad pass. And offside will be called as it trickles over the blue line, then recovered by Wong. With 11:03 remaining in the third. 1:50 remaining on the 5-on-3. Face-off coming up for USC. Next to the blue line on the left side on the offensive end. 11:03 remaining, third period. 1:50 left on the 5-on-3. Trojans win the face-off, and it trickles all the way back down toward their own zone. Wong controls. He takes it through center, drops it off for Vargas, who skates through the middle part of the ice. Now into the zone. Closes in on the left circle. Drops it off again for Wong, and it's picked up by Washington, and Morris sends it all the way back down toward Chansey. Trojans will reset things with 1:25 left on the 5-on-3. Skated up toward the right point. It's Cole Kachorek out of the left point. Drops it off for Wong. Still in the zone. Center point Phillips. Scanning his options. Right circle Vargas. Back up to the right point Phillips. To Vargas once again. Right circle. Down low for Wong. Back down center. Loose puck out in front of Nash. And he gets the glove on it. And a fight. 4 players trying to rip each other apart. Oh my goodness, the referee knocked over as well. So a long discussion for the referees. I think it's going to be a 6-on-3. Correction, rather. Konopka and Vargas to the box for fighting, but still a 5-on-3 for USC. So it'll be 5 minutes for fighting for those two, and then 1 minute otherwise. So the Trojans have 1 minute and a second left on their 5-on-3. 10:15 remaining in a 2-1 game in favor of Washington. Huskies win the draw as the puck bats out of play off the helmet of Cosgrave. 58 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. USC on the man advantage with 10:11 remaining third period. Down 2-1 to Washington. The first game of a 2-game set. Face-off coming for the Trojans in their offensive zone on the near circle. It'll be Lampman with Marquez to take the draw. USC wins it at the right point for Wessler. To the left point. Now back to center. Point for Phillips. He takes it to the right point. Down to the right circle. Drops it up top for Lampman. Shot toward the net. Wide left. Trojans trying to tie this one up. 45 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Phillips picks it up center point. Scans his option. Shot blocked out in front by his own man. That time Marquez was in the way. One-timer scuffed by Wessler. Phillips right point. 9:33 remaining in the third. Leaves it left. Back to the left point. To the right point, Phillips. Inside, and once again, USC can't score, and that'll end the 5-on-3. Maybe one more chance for Phillips. He sends it high and left. Out comes the two sitting Ducks for Washington. And here they come. Lampman through center. He can't control the puck. Marquez for USC. He sends a puck off the side of Nash. And once again, USC fails to score. Under 9 to play in the third. It's sent all the way back down. Icing waved off. Chansey picks it up. Trojans make a change. USC down 2-1. We'll play again tomorrow against the same team. We're in red tonight. Huskies in black. Here comes USC. Through center, Marquez. Down to the right point. Shot blocked out in front by Patterson. Kim, he has it blocked. Here comes Washington. It's quickly the other way as Irwin couldn't control. Down to the left corner. Ferguson behind the net. 8 minutes remaining in the third. 2-1 in favor of the Huskies. Here comes Huskies again. Ferguson through center. Over to Irwin on his right wing. Into the right circle. Closes in. Shot deflected out of play. Off of Chansey, who's had a phenomenal game despite being on the short end of the scoreboard. It'll end the the fighting majors for both Vargas and Needham. So they'll exit the penalty boxes. An offensive zone face-off coming for Washington. 7:30 remaining in the third. They lead 2-1. Shot toward the net, blocked out in front. Irwin picks it up behind the net. Into the right circle. Washington still in the zone. Center point. Needham still with it. Has it poked away by Phillips. Here comes USC. It's Kim. He goes the other way. And his puck sent over the glass out of play. 7:11 remaining in the third. In a 2-1 game in favor of the Huskies. Face-off coming, right circle, 7:11 remaining in the third. Washington leads 2-1. They win the face-off, they go the other way. Washington trying to win the first of two against USC in this series. It clears through center, all the way back down to USC side. Phillips picks it up, and he'll start out the jam for USC. Sends it to his left side for Wynn. All the way back down with 7 to play. Back towards center. Marquez lets it go through his stick, and it trickles all the way down. No icing. It's waved off because of the deflection. All the way on the left for Heiser. It's all the way back on their own side. Patterson, the Anaheim native, picks it up in his own eye. Nearly shuffleboarded in on the right side of Nash, but he stays in his crease. Heiser picks it up. Scoots it to his teammate Maloney. 6 to play. USC probably will keep Chansey in for the next couple minutes and decide what to do with him down by 1 in a low-scoring game here in Anaheim. Patterson behind the net for Washington. They've been exceptional in these types of moments this year. Sent all the way back down toward Nash. He scoots it behind him. Wolf picks it up. Here come the Huskies. Lampman on the far wing, closes in on the circle. Shot save, rebound, loose, and just out of the reach of Chansey. He was well out of position, but somehow it wasn't scored on him. USC ices the puck with 5:33 remaining in the third in a 2-1 game in favor of the road Huskies. Wow, Heath Chansey given a gift by the missed wide open opportunity that would have essentially put this one out of reach. USC wins the draw. Here they come out of their own zone. They finally break out. Here comes Polsky to Inamamura. Washington takes over instead. Here's Wolf. He has it poked out of his reach. Cosgrave in the left corner. Centered. Nearly an opportunity again for Washington. Kazana kicks it back. As USC is just trying to break it out of their own zone with exactly 5 minutes remaining in this third period. USC down 1 goal, 2-1. Wolf up to the center point for Musgrave. Sent toward the net. Loose puck saved by Chansey. Still alive in the offensive zone for Washington. Lampman sends it toward the net. And Wolf can't get the redirect. 4.5 remaining in the third in a 2-1 game in favor of Washington. Still in the offensive zone. USC can't handle this forecheck. Set toward Chansey, and he saves it with 4:26. Both teams will make some changes. Wouldn't be surprised to see Chansey on the move the next couple of minutes. Face-off one in by USC. They finally have a chance to break it out of their own zone, and they do. Puck batted towards center. Irwin picks it up. He skates down the far wing, and has the puck jarred loose, they have to just send it all the way back down. Nearly offside on Washington, but no one touched the puck. Heedman, left circle, down low. Center is blocked, and it kicks into the right corner. Here comes USC, 2-on-2. And shot wide left. Sent all the way back down. Needman back towards his winger. 3.5 remaining in the third. 2-1 game. USC will have to clear the zone if they want to pull Chansey. Still down 2-1. And a whistle. And this is not good if you're USC. It's going to be a penalty minor coming up on Wessler. That could essentially close USC's fate, considering they're down 1. Only 3:26 remaining. But a 2-minute minor will drive into 2/3 of the remainder of this game. Face-off coming in the offensive zone for Washington. They'll be on a 2-minute minor penalty, up 2-1 with 3:26 remaining in the third. Face-off loose, one in by Washington, and poked away by USC. Nash comes out of his crease. Dangerous maneuver. What a save by Nash. Very convincing effort from Aaron Marquez on the short-handed. But Nash, not so wisely, came out of his own crease and nearly paid the price. .312 left in this one. Washington with 1:46 left on their man advantage, up 2-1 in the third. Face-off coming, one in by the Huskies. No control. They've controlled most of this period. They nearly beat the icing, but no, says the referee. Only a face-off coming in their own zone. 3 minutes left in the third. .301 left in this one. 1:35 left on the minor. Washington on the 5-on-4. Lampman behind his own net. Breaks out towards center. And it's going to be another icing, rather waved off. Talon picks it up. And now skates through his own net. Lamb nearly has it taken away. Eon keeps it in. Great stick from him. He has it on the right point. Down low. Toward Wolf. 1 minute left on the minor. 2:20 left in the game. Wolf to the right side. Lampman shot. Blocked out in front by Talon. Kept in. Now to the left point, Wolf. Who is the right circle? Eon forechecks it back. Lampman at the right point. Skates in on the circle. Makes a man miss on Marquez. Now to the center. Eon right there to pick it back up. Wolf. Top of the left circle, tries to feed middle. It's blocked by Talon. Down to the left corner. And they score. Lampman right out in front in the slot. Gives Washington their second power play goal. They lead 3-1. 1:59 remaining in this one. And USC's efforts to try to come back will have to be twice as heavy if they want to come back in this game. .159 remaining, back to even strength. USC down 3-1. Phillips controls his own end. Skates it up ahead to Kazana. Backhands it forward. It's loose. Patterson takes it away. Sends it forward. Patterson has it down low at the goal line, right side of the net. Pucked out in front. And here comes USC. They'll have to act quick. See if they pull Chansey the netminder. Phillips at the right point. Centers it ahead. Back to center. Kazada into the zone. Shot wide left. 1:23 remaining in this one. USC's net still occupied. Kazana feeds slot. Shot out. Blocked out in front by Marquez. Irwin controls. Here comes Washington. 2-on-1 if they hurry, and they don't hurry. Kazana takes it at the left point. 1 minute left in this one. Doesn't look like USC's in any hurry to pull their netminder. Here comes Britt. Washington with the 3-1 lead. Centering pass saved by Chansey. .51 seconds left in this one. Washington up 3-1. Face-off taken by Washington. They're trying to pile on even more. Puck sent back over the line. See if Chansey leaves the net with 40 seconds left in this one. Just hasn't had an opportunity to leave his net. Consolo up the left point. In on the circle. Closing. Centers. Back towards the goal line. Right corner, behind the net, Consolo. Smith controls, takes it for Washington. 20 seconds left in this one. And it looks like the Huskies are just tooling with USC. Smith sends it forward. That's going to be a penalty. And that's going to do it. Final score, 3-1 in favor of Washington over USC. Thank you for joining us here on the USC Trojan Hockey Audio Network. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your night.